Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a super practical plan for learning English, and it all comes from a guide by educator Amin Nouri. We're going to cut through all the chaos and confusion and give you a clear step-by-step system that actually works. You know the feeling, right? You decide you're going to learn English, and suddenly, you're just drowning. You're in this sea of conflicting tips, a million different apps, all these online programs promising you'll be fluent overnight. It's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed and just stuck. Well, here's the good news. You are definitely not alone in feeling that way. But here's the even better news. There is a clear path forward. The secret isn't finding some magic trick or a hidden shortcut. It's about building a solid system. A system that takes all that confusion and turns it into a simple, actionable roadmap. Okay, first things first. We have to talk about the biggest myth in language learning. It's this idea that there's a magic pill out there, a single app, a special method that's going to do all the heavy lifting for you. We have to move past that. This is the big mental shift we've got to make. The dream, the fantasy, is that magic instant solution. But the reality? The thing that actually gets you to your goal? It's a structured, scheduled plan. It's about having the right tools and, most importantly, putting in consistent effort. And it all boils down to this incredible quote from Tony Robbins, which is really the heart of this whole plan. Read that last part again. If you schedule it, it's real. That's it. That's the secret sauce. The simple act of putting it on your calendar is what turns a wish into a reality. So, how do we start building this thing? Well, before you even think about grammar rules or vocabulary lists, you need to lay a solid foundation. Let's walk through the 4 essential steps you need to take to really prepare for success.
Think of this as your personal defense system against quitting. Each step is crucial. First, test your level. You have to know where you're starting from so you're not wasting time. Second, you set a specific goal. Not just learn English, but something concrete like reach level B1 in 2 months. Third, find your why. This is your fuel. What's the deep down reason you're doing this? Write it down. And finally, get an ally. Find someone to keep you accountable because going it alone is just way harder.
Okay, foundation is set. You're prepped for success. Now for the really practical part, the action blueprint. This is the 3-part system for turning that big, scary goal into small, daily actions that you can actually manage without feeling overwhelmed. Part 1 of this system is task management. Sounds a bit corporate, I know, but all it means is breaking things down. You take that giant goal, become fluent, and you chop it up into tiny, tiny pieces. So today, your job isn't to master English. It's just to learn one new phrase. That's it. See? Suddenly, it feels possible. Now this is how you make it real. You take those little tasks and you schedule them. It's called time blocking. You literally open your calendar and block out, say, 30 minutes for English practice. It becomes a non-negotiable appointment, just like a meeting at work. You're making a real commitment to yourself. And finally, to make sure all your hard work actually sticks, you need knowledge capture. Think about it. You learn a cool new word or a useful phrase, and if you don't write it down, it's just gone. Poof. So you create one central place, a notebook, a digital doc, whatever, to save everything. This is how your knowledge starts to build on itself, day after day. All right, you've laid the foundation. You've built your action blueprint. So what's the payoff here? What does progress actually look like when you put this whole system into motion? Let's take a look. This is what that progress really feels like. It's not just abstract, it's tangible. The system moves you up this ladder. You start at A1, just introducing yourself. Then you hit A2, and suddenly you can understand basic instructions or give a friend some simple advice. And before you know it, you're at B1. And you're not just surviving, you're actually participating in meetings at work. You're describing your plans. Each level unlocks a whole new world for you. So, it all comes back to this one idea. A clear, scheduled plan is the bridge that takes you from just dreaming about speaking English to actually doing it. This system gives you the blueprint for that bridge. So the only real question left is, are you ready to open up that calendar and start building?